Hey everybody, welcome back to Lunch at Uncle Jason's. Today I'm going to make something that's probably not considered a dish I should be making right now, seeing as how it's Hades degrees outside. It is hot here in central Alabama. I don't know about where you're from, but here it is boiling hot. But I just got in the mood, y'all, and I wanted me a bowl of tomato soup, homemade tomato soup like my mama used to make. So this is her recipe and this is what I'm gonna do today. So y'all stick with me. I'll be right back and we're gonna make some tomato soup in the middle of summer. All right, y'all, the first thing I'm gonna do, I got y'all turned down because you can see everything this way better than when I don't have to have my face in it. You just want to see this. This recipe calls for crushed tomatoes. I could not find crushed tomatoes anywhere. I could find tomato puree, I could find diced tomato, petite diced tomato sauce, tomato everything, but I could not find crushed tomatoes. My mama always put a can of crushed tomatoes in her tomato soup. So what I got here, I got a can of just regular diced tomatoes, and I got my little chopper out. So what I'm gonna do is make a big mess. And my hands are clean, y'all. I just washed them. I'm going to pour that in my little chopper. That's not all of them. Juice and all, y'all. And I'm going to give this a few whizzes. And we're going to see how that does. Yeah, that's perfect. That is perfect. See how that made the very consistency that you're wanting. Just some good crushed pureed tomatoes. Okay, I'm going to do the rest of these tomatoes that same way. So give me just a minute. All right, y'all, we got the pot out right here. And the first thing I'm going to put in here is a tablespoon of softened butter. I'm just going to let this start to melt in here. And this is, like I said, this was a recipe my mom always made. And y'all, I'm the type of person, I can have soup any time of day, any time of year. You give me chicken soup, tomato soup, potato soup, gumbo, I don't care what it is. I don't care how the temperature is outside. I could eat soup and a sandwich for lunch every day if you give it to me. I don't mind it at all. Okay, I'm going to get this butter melting. So it's starting to melt good. I had the pot already on. So what I'm going to do is our 1 can of diced tomatoes that we ran through the chopper. I'm going to put that in first. The whole kit and caboodle is going in there. And then I have 2 small cans. These are 8-ounce cans. If you can get your 1 16-ounce can, that's fine. This is all I could find right there. It's starting to boil, so I'm going to turn it down. I'm going to pour 16 ounces of tomato sauce in here. And give this a stir. Y'all, this is one of the quickest, simplest, easiest tomato soups that you ever wanted to make, and it just brings back memories of my mama. I love this soup. Okay, I'm gonna let this simmer about 3 or 4 minutes, and then we'll come back and finish it off. All right, y'all, this has been sitting here bubbling and simmering for about 5 minutes. Now I'm gonna add my other ingredients to it. Right here I have one of these cans, and this, like I said, was an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. I got it halfway full of milk. So if you have the 16-ounce can of tomato sauce, you're going to want to do it maybe 1/4 of the way full of milk, whole milk. I'm going to add that right in, give it a stir. Can you see what's going on in that pot? That looks amazing. Okay, to that, y'all, I'm going to add maybe 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, because that butter that you put in there is already salty, so you don't want to overdo it with the salt. And then just to taste, I'm adding maybe about 1/4 of a teaspoon of black pepper and about a teaspoon of onion powder. That's just plain old onion powder. Okay, now you got all of this acidity in here, y'all, with these tomatoes and everything. So I'm gonna add just a little bit, probably about a teaspoonful of sugar, just to balance out that acidity that's in there. And now you can add, at this point, if you wanted it, you can add some Italian herbs, anything like that. I like it just plain like this. I know people that like the Italian herbs in it, and it's really good that way, but this is how I want it today, because after I get this done, I'm going to make me a grilled cheese, and this is what I'm going to have for lunch today. So I'm going to let this go another few minutes. I'm going to turn it up a little bit, let the boil come back on it, and I'll come back and we're going to plate this up and eat it. All right, y'all, I guess I can show y'all how I do my grilled cheese. Got this pan, and it's a little hot, so I'm going to hold it up off the eye real quick. I don't want it to burn my bread. But I put a little butter in there, and I'm going to put my first layer of bread in that pan. And right here, I have 2 slices of American cheese. I always put 2 slices on my sandwich. I'm going to put the top piece of bread on there, and then I'm just going to flip this over. I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. Put it back down on the fire. Get the rest of that little pad of butter. That was probably about a 1/2 tablespoon of butter all together, y'all, that I use. And I just move my sandwich around. Get it up on maybe a medium to medium high heat. I don't really press it down too much, because I like for my sandwich to still be a little fluffy, but you know how it is. Sometimes you have to. And I just keep it flipped, because you know these will burn quick on you if you're not careful. But y'all, this always reminds me of the commercial of the little boy who, the mama or somebody opened the back door and the snowman walks in. And they sit the little boy down, and the snowman down at the table, and he eats a bowl of tomato soup, and he melts, and it's a little boy under the snowman. This just reminds me of that, and I love that little show, little commercial. But as you see, this is browning up nicely. Like I said, it happens fast, so you don't want to burn your grilled cheese. And believe me, it gets hot enough in there that as it sits, even after it's done, that cheese is going to melt real good in there. Because I did have my cheese set out. I set it out for a few minutes and let it come up to room temperature while I cooked my tomato soup. So it's not like real cold cheese. And y'all, that's it. That's it right there. I want to show you. See that? That's done. That's my grilled cheese. Okay, I'm going to plate my soup up, and I'll be right back. Alright, y'all, I'm back, and I got this done. And I want you to look at that plate. I won't tilt it too much. I don't want my soup to spill out. But look at that grilled cheese. See how that cheese melted? And look at this bowl of soup, y'all. Does that not look amazing? We're fixing to give this a taste. And this is how I like to do mine. Take my grilled cheese and dunk it in my soup. Do you do that? I do. Y'all, if that don't take you back to childhood, nothing will. That is absolutely wonderful. the flavors of that soup and then that grilled cheese sandwich. Sorry, but nothing's better than that. I mean, it's like I said, I can eat cheese, a soup and a sandwich anytime. I have no time limits on that. But I thank y'all for joining me in my kitchen again today. This was kind of a little on the spur of the moment video. I wasn't even, my sink ain't even all that clean, y'all. I got dishes from breakfast still in there. But anyway, it's home. It's this is normal. So we all know how it is. But y'all, thanks for being here. I love you. I want you to be blessed. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Like and share the videos. Appreciate everybody who's ordered cookbooks. They're in the link on my bio. Just click more and you'll see the Pinterest links drop down. But come back. I'll be back soon. Y'all have a great day. Stay cool and eat soup at the same time. Bye.